category or particular concept. If you start asking them, how they feel and what their experiences are, how they identify culturally, then they would be able to describe to you that they have affiliation either with both cultures or one culture more stronger than the other.
Okay. Well, my last two questions for you are open-ended questions, so it's however you feel. The first question is, what does it mean to be Chinese? Well, to you, what does it mean to be Chinese?
Okay, I think that for me to be Chinese, there are a couple aspects to it. One is, the way I look. Then people look at me and identify me as, Chinese or Asian in some sense. And then second is because I grew up in a household of a Chinese immigrant family, meaning that my parents came directly from China, and because of our family circumstance, then my mother stayed at home and didn't really learn to speak neither Spanish nor English. So at home, we ate Chinese food, we practiced Chinese traditions, and we communicated, with our mother in Chinese. And then with my father, he spoke Spanish as well as Chinese, but he wasn't around us much. So he was the one responsible in terms of being head of the household, as well as the oldest in his family in terms of all the siblings. So he had responsibility to make sure that, he was either working or running a family business to be sure that he brought enough income. And so at home we saw him, and there were some years where he didn't live with us all the time because he was working. So there was a situation where I guess I'll describe a little bit in terms of the chronology. My father moved to Peru first, and then my brother had been born already at that time. So then my mother joined him, but then my brother stayed behind in China. So I actually didn't meet my oldest brother until, I met him when I was age 10 when we went for a visit to China. But he actually didn't come to live with us until he was about 21, and I think I would have been 11 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't leave China, so our families were separated. Then when my mother joined my father, the three daughters were born, so that's my sisters and I in Peru. And then my youngest brother, he was born in Canada. So there are 10 years separating my brother and I. And so there is this sense of, I guess, my Chinese culture and upbringing from my mother rather than my father, because my father wasn't around as much. So even when we were in Canada, there were some years that he was with us, and then there were other years when he was working in Latin America. So then, so going back, being Chinese is, one is because people identify me as such by my physical appearance. Second, because of the Chinese traditions and the Chinese way that I was raised and being able to speak Chinese. However, just hold on. The phone is ringing, so I don't know. Okay, can we stop at this second?
I'll stop
Okay.
the video just right now.
Okay.